Hi everyone, Ted Florendo here with the latest update not only on our monsoon special titled Prepping for the Monsoon. We've been doing this all morning, getting prepared for monsoon season. It has begun already. We're in our second week of the monsoon season, at least for the Las Vegas Valley and the Desert Southwest. So of course we want to update you more on how to prepare yourself for the monsoon. Me and my colleagues have been working hard. First we want to bring in Shaquela Alvarenga, my colleague here from our 8 News Now news team. She's been working on her story, which is in regards to Nelson's Landing. Now, if you don't know what happened at Nelson's Landing, it's a pretty significant event. So those who are new here or who don't remember, fill us in on what happened.
Well, have you ever been out to Nelson's Landing before?
I have not been there.
So it was my first time too. We went last week for the 4th of July. It's absolutely beautiful. There were a good amount of people there too, just enjoying the water over there, having, some good family time over there.
Yeah.
And so you look there and you would never believe what happened back in 1974. We did a remarkable story really that will air at 11 o'clock tonight on 8 News Now. It was about the flash flood that happened on El Dorado Canyon going into Nelson's Landing.
Unbelievable.
And there's some footage, right there of Nelson's Landing and what happened there. I mean, 9 people died, and there were restaurants and homes and lives that were lost in this flash flood that happened back in September 14th, I believe. It was at Nelson's Landing. So tonight at 11, we talked to some people who still live today to tell the story and what they had to say about that day. And I'll just give you a little tidbit, Ted. And they said they could see a cloud about 12 miles away. But the sun was shining at Nelson's Landing, and it was within minutes that this flash flood happened, and there was no warning. It was way, back in the day, there was no warning, and a lot of people just weren't prepared for this to happen. So hopefully you all can tune in at 11 o'clock. It is quite the story.
Now I'm completely fascinated.
It is, yes.
That's crazy. And here's one thing. Is it September 15th, you said?
The 14th.
The September 14th.
Yes.
Typically in mid-September, the monsoon is pretty much over with or winding down. Right. Okay. So that happened and was starting to wind down, not in the middle of the monsoon. So that tells you even in the end of, mid-September, we're not in the clear.
Exactly. And I think the biggest thing that I learned from telling this story is not only how prepared you have to be, for monsoons here in the valley, but also just how challenging and you just always have to be prepared for something like this to happen, even if it is a bright and sunny day.
You're absolutely right, because I think what they were thinking was, hey, it's sunny, it's summer, I want to go enjoy the water. And little do you know, this is like the dangerous time of the year, right? This time of the year, and you can't take that lightly. How many did you talk to? Did you talk to several people that were in it? And they must have been absolutely just trying to come back and think about that. Must have been terrifying for them.
It was, we got a chance to talk to one of the victims' friends who unfortunately passed away in that flash flood. And he was there, at the time of the flash flood at Nelson's Landing. He and his friend Jack Daly, who was a school teacher, a local school teacher, and he was out there boating with his friend, and they had no clue that this was going to happen, obviously, and he lived to tell the story, and he has a remarkable story tonight to tell at 11 o'clock. And there is also a man who owns a business over on that side of town, and he also had Jack Daly as a school teacher, so he talked with us as well.
Now, just real quick before we let you go, Nelson's Landing, approximately how far is it from here, and where's the nearest landmark to Lake Mead or so? Where would that be at?
It's about 50 miles southeast of Las Vegas.
Okay.
So it didn't take us long to get there. It was only about an hour or so to get there. If you go up there today, I mean, they do have the flash flood warning signs now.
They had to,
Yeah, especially with the canyon there. But it is very beautiful, and a lot of people still go out there, especially on holidays, to enjoy some family time as well. well.
And we still get those same thunderstorms. I mean, it's still a location that's prone, and I've seen that location prone to some severe thunderstorms.
Right.
So you can still have the same situation. Yes, our alert system is better. You know, they had great meteorologists back then, but our technology is better.
Exactly.
But still, you have to be careful out there too.
Right.
Shaquille Alvarenga, thank you for filling us in. I can't wait to see your story, and I mean that. I know you're my friend, and I'm just saying, and I'm not just saying that. I really want to watch it.
Yeah, I hope you do.
Wow.
I really enjoyed putting it together and, you know, getting a chance to tell these stories because it is important to tell.
Yeah, it's that time of the year. It's our dangerous time of the year. Okay, Shaquille, we're going to let you
Alrighty.
go because she has a story to do. She has to get
Thanks,
something in
Dad.
for the 11 o'clock. Great job. We appreciate that, and thank you for working on that story, guys. Okay, so of course, this is our monsoon special called Prepping for the Monsoon. It has been going on all day. You've seen numerous live shots from myself, my colleagues Sherry and Nate. You can see some of the video that we've had in years past with all that rain just coming down and inundating the roads. And this is even with the flood control district's gutters, their detention basins, and of course their washes. So when you get a tremendous amount of rain, even with that, you're going to get that. Okay, you're going to get some flooding. So real quick, we want to talk about these topics here. How much rain have we had so far? Okay, now stay right there because I want to grab my phone and I want to jump on my phone and take all your questions, and that way I can kind of answer them too for you while we're doing this Facebook Live, which is also on our website too. We'll be doing more of this where we'll also go to our website. Let's see if I can jump on here, see if you guys is throwing some questions my way. First off, I do want to talk about how much rain we've had so far, okay? Because you're probably telling yourself, wow, it's been a pretty wet winter and also spring, and you would be right because we have had a wet winter and spring. In fact, we had snow this year, okay? So our total for the year so far is 4.6, all right? We have over 4 inches or over 4.5 inches of rain total already so far, because of course we still have months to go before the end of the year. Now, we also want to pinpoint our normal annual total. Our normal annual, so total for the entire year is typically 4.19. So we've already blown that out of the water, and it's only July. Okay, so we still have several months to go to get some more rain, although last month we only really had just a trace of rain. So questions. Gary, we just answered your question. How much rain do we typically get during? Oh, how much rain do we typically get during the monsoon? Well, we get really more than half our annual rainfall. So that's more than 2.5 inches or so, I believe so, when we get in the monsoon. So we really get most of our rain during monsoon season. Again, that is from July all the way through at least mid-September. So that's when we get a good chunk of our rain, and we've already surpassed that. Let's see, anybody else got anything? Ask away, guys. I'm on here. Well, we got a lot of questions. All right, let's see. Ted, okay, here we go. All right, anyways. El Nino and the desert Southwest, we want to fill you in on that, okay? Because this year we have an El Nino pattern that's taking place, and basically warmer waters down near the equator, which we're seeing. I'm going to skip ahead here so we can kind of pinpoint that out to you. Warmer waters down here near the equator is going to do several things. With warmer water, that allows tropical systems to feed, get stronger, and they also begin to spawn. So they love warmer waters, okay? So tropical systems grow bigger and bigger when they get the warmer waters. Well, with warmer waters near the equator, we do anticipate some of these areas to actually get more frequent hurricanes or tropical systems, I should say. And tropical systems actually can feed the monsoon, and that's actually gives them a lot of energy. That actually allows flooding to occur. So because we do have obviously some energy that's pulled up around that high that we pinpointed out to you in the Four Corners region. It can pull some of that energy and some of that moisture from the Gulf of Mexico, the Gulf of California, and out the Pacific, okay? But when there's a tropical system, that's a huge moisture source, and that feeds into that and sends it our way. And of course, with that El Nino pattern like we talked about, that means we could get more frequent tropical systems, more tropical systems that could add to giving us more of a monsoon, even a wet monsoon, okay? So you're seeing some video here. I believe this year is 1999, the big one that we had, where the flood control district actually only had 28% of the infrastructure done at that time, so they were working on it. But obviously, they've got a lot more done now. You can see the devastation we had back then, too. Any questions? When do you predict the first storm, Jessica Chalmers says? Well, here's the deal, Jessica. We were eyeing this weekend first because this weekend we started to see the perfect setup, that high pressure to the east in the Four Corners region, that clockwise flow pulling up some monsoon moisture, low-grade monsoon moisture up our way. Right now, though, it looks like any type of thunderstorms, we're going to put the kibosh on that. That's because right now it looks like maybe Mojave County could get some thunderstorms, but we should remain dry here right now. So this weekend looked pretty good at it, and then it kind of went away. Well, we will see some increase in clouds. We'll see an increase in dew points and humidity, but as far as thunderstorms, the dynamics aren't right to just create that this weekend. So looks like we may have to wait another week. So let's see, anybody else got questions? Lynn Huddleston jumped on, talked about she was on the lake that day. It was scary. I believe she was talking about Nelson's Landing. Okay, so our other topic of discussion, of course, is those tropical systems that we talked about. Now, we know how big those can get. We've had our first tropical system already. It was Tropical Storm Alvin, head out to sea. And then the remnants of that actually turned to Hurricane Barbara, which was just now affecting Hawaii at this point. But can tropical systems affect us here in the desert Southwest? You bet they can. In fact, that's what we really watch. Since they have so much moisture with them, they can feed that southerly flow and send all that moisture up towards us, okay? There's where we're at here, just north of the Gulf of California, sends it our way. So we've had hurricanes or even tropical systems, hurricanes just off the coast of Baja. They even hit the tip of Baja and have sent all that energy up towards our area. So of course, tropical systems play a huge part on what we get as far as the monsoon goes. Nelson's Landing history we talked about with Shakayla Alvarenga, who put together a wonderful story. Does anybody remember Nelson's Landing? Anybody remember that? Want to jump on? Because that, of course, was one of the big events that happened in our area. I'd say Nelson's Landing, the 1999 flooding. Is there anything else you remember that actually you remember was a big part as far as monsoon season goes? 2003, we actually had a big storm too. The 1999 flooding obviously was a big issue. We had that Miracle Mile. We had a lot of those. That trailer home park we had so much rain it was just falling back into some of the canals there. This is some video from Shakayla's story regarding Nelson's Landing. It's about 50 miles south of here. Of course, we had some fatalities along with that too. The big thing about monsoon season is it doesn't have to, just because it didn't get started already, doesn't mean we're not going to have any severe storms, because we do know, even though we're getting a little bit of a late start, that it's going to happen eventually. And the problem with out here in the desert Southwest is all that can really spark up and then really bring a tremendous amount of rain in a short period of time. That's why we get the flooding. Now you got to remember we have desert rock out here, not soil. So all that, of course, has to find an outlet, and you get that flash flooding. So when we do get that an inch of rain in less than an hour, or even half an inch of rain in less than an hour, of course, you know we're going to get some serious problems. Okay, yes, Sarah says huge wave wiped out that area. Let's see, the 99 is the one I'm talking about, so Jennifer Montgomery. So you were talking about the storms that we had in 99 that really enveloped the city that happened on this date 20 years ago. All right, let's see, anybody else got anything? A lot of people are jumping on here. So tell us what you think about the monsoon season. I mean, so far. We haven't had a really good start to our monsoon season. Last year, we started already in late June, and we're still waiting this year, okay? So, again, we're waiting for that start to happen. It's going to happen. It's just that time of the year. And of course, with that southerly flow, that's going to allow those thunderstorms and that moisture just to turn into some thunderstorms there too. All right, so of course we have a lot of questions on here. I'm going to jump on afterwards. Excuse me, I just dropped my weather clicker. That never happens. I'll jump on here and answer all your questions as much as I can too, and we'll be able to get those questions out to you. Those answers out to you. We ask you to, once this is over, to please share this with your friends and family. That way they're safe. When it comes to monsoon season, we try to give you as much information as possible, so check that out for yourself. Don't forget to watch us for 8 News Now at 11 with Shakayla's stories. We continue our monsoon prepping story for all you, our monsoon, prepping for the monsoon with the hashtag StormTracker8. We also want to remind you of this, okay? We really need your pictures and video during the monsoon season, okay? If you do see any flooding, call out those flooded streets. If you get any flooding or any lightning video, please send it to our newsroom monsoon, you can send it to pix@lasvegasnow.com, pix as in P-I-X at lasvegasnow.com, or you can jump on our social media. You can see all that there. Follow us on all that social media. That way we can see everything that happened. You, again, are our eyes and ears out there, so you play a huge part in prepping for the monsoon. Yes, we can give you the forecasting. Yes, we can let you know what's happening, but you and your neighborhoods are huge for us to let us know exactly what's going on, and you can keep the entire region safe. Again, thank you for joining us for Prepping for the Monsoon. Don't forget to catch us at 8 News Now at 11. Don't miss Shakayla's story on Nelson's Landing. And of course, we'll have more for you for Prepping for the Monsoon on 8 News Now at 11. In the meantime, everyone, be safe and have a wonderful night.